Hello there! In this episode we're building the Zen Area. Let's get into it!
So I wanted to show you something from a different perspective. By the way, all these moss we're going to be using when we do the interior of the house, but check this out. These are the cantilevers. You can now see the walls being built. The Zen Area, what we call that bridge where the carport is. You can see the second story cantilever. Isn't that awesome? Let's go upstairs and let me talk to you about some of that stuff. With the tiny house partially built, we are ready to build the Zen Area. As you can see, we have built it. Initially, we actually started by packing the steel, except on that side we didn't have any walls. So when we were packing the steel, running the ram sets, the steel was like dancing all over the place. So I said, no, stop it. And so we decided to start building these walls right here for the main house. That way we have a nice brace on the steel. And then when we put the packing on the steel up above, everything works out. So this is what we have at the moment. And then let's talk about the upper floor in a little bit. A very quick note on steel packing I wanted to show you. So this steel is actually a little bit thicker. It has a very long span. So we ended up packing it with a 1 LVL, that's 1 3/4, and then 2 7/16 sheets of sheathing. And then that's basically giving us a very nice flush packing, and then that provides super nice support for the connectors. I'm a huge fan of blocking, and this is the reason why. I would not be able to stand right here if we didn't have this blocking. Joists are very, very unstable by themselves, and it's not recommended at all to be standing on them without any kind of bracing, which is what the blocking is providing. This time around though, you might see that we have actually 2 lines of blocking. This is not required by the engineer in any way or form, but we just add them because at this point we just love them. This is an 18-foot span, and that's the reason we have 2 lines of blocking. Finally, we are using a different kind of joist right here. These are TJI 360s. They are thicker, they are stronger. For the rest of the house, we are using TJI 210s. I want to show you a nifty trick that we learned from the guys that we're working with, and it's like full credit to them because we didn't know it before, as to how to plumb walls and brace them and all that stuff. In reality, I wish we knew them when we were building the shed, because we had a wall that was slightly to the side and we were pushing it and no chance it was moving. So here's the trick. So let's come over here first. So with a hammer, they make a hole in the earth, just enough for I guess a 2x4 to go in. Then it gets staked to the ground, and as you can see, it just won't move. And now let's come over here. This steel was a little bit off plumb to where the brace is. So basically what we do is this 2x6 got LSL got ram set to the steel, and then basically Once that's taken care of, we have the nails ready to go. And you just kind of climb like a monkey until the wall plumbs correctly. And that is it. Once you have it plumbed, you screw it and you're done. Awesome trick from our guys. I've been thinking about this little detail right here because on the other side of this wall there's the stairs, and basically there's like a walkway right here, and I wasn't sure how we're gonna finish this. I'm probably going to put some beams that go all the way across so that we can screw against it. We'll see, because actually the stairs have a double wall. Maybe not in this case, I don't know. This is something I need to think about. And here we have another interesting detail I have not thought about either. Look, we have a special guest. You can see a little baby behind it. We ended up running into like problems, so let me show you what they are, and they are much easier to explain now that they are taken care of, kind of. So first off, we need to have this steel post welded, and obviously it's not a tremendous big deal because we have done it before. We leave the hole open for the steel guy to come over, do his welding, and that's fine. But then the real problem is these guys. Basically, these joists right here that end up being the bridge between this side of the house to that, they need to be resting on this wall, and this subfloor needs to be coming over into them and resting on them. So we couldn't have this taken care of before without having all of that in place. But I guess now that it's in place, let's just continue building that subfloor.
And here we had another showstopper before we could continue installing the subfloor in the Zen area. So when we got to this point, we remember that we need to install the hangers or the connectors that go from here to the terrace. But oh surprise, this is an exterior wall, and we just followed the same process we did for all the steel packing all over the house, and we use regular wood instead of pressure treated wood. So now we need to do something to protect it against water, right? So this is what we came up with. Our friends at GCP, they kindly send us this material completely for free. So it's called roof detail membrane. It's intended for roofing applications, but this worked perfectly fine in this case. So we like it very much. If you remember from our videos from the foundation, we use bituthene, and that one was not sponsored. We paid every single dollar for that product, but we really liked it. So it's super adhesive. This has the same characteristic, and it's also if it gets damaged, like if you cut it, or let's say you have a bubble from installation, you can cut it, get the air out, and then you just rub it and it heals itself. So it has the same properties, but this one has an advantage for this application. It's extremely thin. So in this case, when we put it here and we're going to put the subfloor, it's not adding any height. So it turned out to be perfect. I should mention, for installation, we rolled it, the same as bituthene. And now with this in place, then we can continue our work for the subfloor. And look at this, we are done with the subfloor installation in the Zen area. So we have a funny story to share with you. If you remember from day one, we have been saying, oh, these panels here, we cannot install them, we have to wait for the connectors and whatnot. And once we ordered the connectors, we realized that they don't have this tabs that go on top, or legs, however we call them. So there was really no need to wait for the connectors to get here. But anyways, it's just, I guess, a funny anecdote. I should mention, from the GCP membrane that we used, we're pretty happy with it. It doesn't stick that well to wood. It unstick a little bit. But we're still happy with it because it creates kind of like a skirt that is going to shed the water. And when we install the final piece at the bottom, then we can direct the water wherever we want it to go. For the rest of the installation, honestly, this is not our best work. We are not very happy with the results. It's just a reminder that we should do things with quality. Even if it takes more time, let's take the time to do things right. So we learned our lessons and we have achieved better results in other areas of the house. And with that, we are done. So if you like this episode, please consider liking and subscribing. Remember, if you prefer to watch our content in Spanish, go and visit our channel, Los Efficient Builds. It's completely in Spanish. And that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.